Hello.
Hello. Sorry. Animals. They're fun.
Apparently knocked some stuff down.
Yeah, kind of. Very confused over those two. Anyway, welcome. We're playing Vampire the Masquerade tonight. This is Life in Blood Atlanta. I am your storyteller, Dengle. Joining me this evening,
I'm Cocia. I play Beth. And a little bit of Steven's Psyche tonight.
Hi, I'm Nenavar. I'll be playing Steven.
I'm Feyla. I usually play Tori. I am playing another part of Steven's Psyche tonight.
And I am Buttons. Usually I play Shiloh the Salubri, but tonight I will also be part of Steven's Psyche.
yes. So, if you've been following along, you know that we've been last couple of weeks been doing character highlights, sort of. First was Shiloh, then Beth, now Steven. Next week will be Tori. So before I forget, Steven, can I get you to make me a rouse check? Steven, you passed, so no more hungrier than you normally are. And apparently they want to destroy everything tonight, so it's fun. So we left Steven at the entrance of the nightclub, which we'll get back there shortly. However, before we get there, Tori,
Yeah?
you've picked up the car, you're on your way. Were you ever given a location to go?
Yes, she got the location of Enos Medical Company.
Okay. So, just wanted to make sure that I had actually given you the location. So you were going down the interstate. And while normally this time of night it's not overly crowded, all things considered, especially for a large-ish city like Atlanta, tonight it seems to be a little bit more crowded. Seems to have an accident.
The game will be resuming in just a second, everyone.
Yeah, sorry.
You have to love puppies. They're great for just about everything.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Dante is also aware of where Tori is going, as is Winfield.
Okay, apologies. I'm back. Dog tags and bells and such, so we can see where or hear where little dogs are. Great thing normally. Anyway, seems to be an accident up ahead. And normally for Tori, when she does drive, which isn't very often, she just kind of stays on the one route that she knows how to get there. However, your phone rings. It is not a number that you recognize.
If she's at a standstill or mostly a standstill, she would answer it.
Yeah, no, she's definitely at a standstill. So you answer it, and hey, you're stuck, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Get off at the next exit. I'll lead you from there.
Okay. Who is this?
Somebody that's trying to help you get to where you're supposed to be. That's all you got to know. I work for Cyril.
All right.
I've been monitoring traffic, so just let me know which exit it is, and I'll direct you from there.
Will do. Probably not knowing how to connect the Bluetooth to the car, she would probably just put it on speaker and set it in the cup holder or something.
That's fair. So you get off at the next exit, and he proceeds to lead you through some back streets until you get far enough outside of town that it's probably the most scenic drive that you've seen in a long time. Still not very elevated. However, it's elevated enough that you can kind of look over Atlanta and look over your domain specifically and really realize for the first time what you're in charge of, what you're responsible for. And as you kind of look over, that voice kind of pops on again. It's like, all right, so what you're going to do is once you get to the end of your road here, you're going to take a right and then just follow that down until you see the warehouse.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Take your time. It's fine if you need to. We'll be here. I'll meet you at the front door.
I will be in the brightest car you've probably seen.
Is it that yellow?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no. Who do you think saw you the first time that you were driving it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to have words with Beth.
I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, you follow the road, take the right, get to where you're going. It takes about 20 minutes extra if the roads were open. However, you pull up to the front gate, and it's a completely gated, fenced, not community, but like warehouse. And yeah, it stops. And it just kind of opens up for you when you pull up. Make me a wits and awareness, please.
Oh, not prepared for this. 1 second.
It's okay.
Curveballs. So many curveballs.
No, it's okay.
Would she be at 1 hunger, or do I have to make a rouse check?
Just one hunger for right now.
Two successes and a skull.
Okay, that's enough to notice that the security cameras are actually like locked onto the car.
They're actually what?
Like following the car. However, you pull up to the front of the building, and the double doors that are on the front. Open up, and there is a younger man come walking out. He's got a laptop in hand. He's got a lab coat and a hat that says Enos Medical Company. And he just calls out down. And he's like, "Tori, right?"
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it was you and not one of your liaisons. Come in. Cyril wants to see you. He's got plenty to. Sorry, we've got guard dogs.
They sound quite small for guard dogs.
Yeah, training. Anyway, he's got some things he wants to show you. Some things that he feels that you would be interested in learning.
All right.
And he takes you by the arm, and he walks you to an elevator. And
He won't fight it.
Yep. And he hits both the open and closed buttons at the same time. And the doors almost immediately close. And you start descending. Now we go back to Steven. You were met with the bouncer. You kind of give your 2 cents of who you are, where you're, or why you're here, and you're let in. The establishment is very, very obviously a pop-up, just out of nowhere thing. There's not a whole lot of specifics. And permanent stuff. It's very nice. It's just very thrown together. Probably in the course of a day. You kind of look around and you see your normal, a dance floor, your a normal bar. You see kind of place for people to hang out. You see a little hookah place where people can smoke things. And then you see kind of a balcony overlooking everything. What would Steven like to do?
Guess check out the balcony, see who's up there.
Okay. You approach the balcony, and you don't even get to the bottom before somebody meets you at the bottom. Hey, what are you doing now?
There's someone I'm supposed to meet.
What's their name?
Did we get a name for him? I can't remember.
You did not get a name.
To be honest, I didn't get a name. I just was told to come here.
You do know that it was the Harpy.
They just called themselves the Harpy.
Oh, you're, you don't... Are you Hughes? Or not Hughes? Hughes is the other one that they already had the meeting with. Gryffindor person?
I don't know who that is, but I was sent on behalf to meet for them.
Yeah, the Baron.
I assume her name's Gryffindor then. That's what I'm going to start calling her.
Okay. And what's your name?
Steven.
Does Steven have a last name?
I prefer just to be called Steven.
Okay. Are you one of those weird ones like he is that see shit?
I was told so, yes.
Yeah, that explains. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, just give me a minute. I'll get authorization. And he runs upstairs and comes back down about 30 seconds later. He's like, yeah, Steve, you're good to go. Enjoy yourself, I'm sure. I'm sure this is probably one of the weirdest people that you'll ever meet.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
You head upstairs. And immediately, you can tell there is a major scene change. Whereas downstairs, it was very prim and proper and kind of a stuck-up nightclub area. Up here, it's as close to like 80s disco meets new age techno that you can possibly get. Black lights, lasers, strobe lights everywhere. There are people, men and women, barely with anything on. All of which are sweating and dancing all over each other, except for one particular person. They are in a very, very nice suit. It is black with a purple undershirt. They have a black bow tie on as well. And they just kind of stare at you as you come up the stairs. What would Steven like to do?
I guess I'll head straight up to him and ask him if he's who I'm supposed to meet.
Before you can even like open your mouth to ask, it's like, Steven, correct?
Yes.
Oh, good. Sit, please.
Can I sit down?
Steven, word on the street, and this is because, yes, I am like you, I'm a Alcavian, but I choose to use my seeing abilities a little bit more choosingly. Is that a word? I don't care. Word on the street is you are the newest member of the Baron's Coterie, yes?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, good. So my source wasn't completely screwed up. Which is surprising for her. It's yes. Anyway. So, welcome. I'm sure that you have questions. I am more than willing to ask or answer any question that you have.
Yeah, but before we do that, I'll give him the flowers and tell him that's a gift from Tori.
He kind of pokes through them a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, good. Thank you." And he kind of just like sets them off on the side table and like forgets about them immediately. He's like, "Well, at least somebody has hospitality here."
We try our best.
There's questions. I have my questions as well, but I'll hold mine off until you ask yours. I'll be nice.
Well, first of all, obviously, is what's bringing you here?
Oh, this is just a social visit, just to meet all of the barons. I haven't really met many of them. Met Carissa multiple times. I've met Victor once, very shortly. Trip over to Birmingham, met him. It's really in passing. Really wasn't my style of person. And Johnny, I don't necessarily have to meet. Most of us are fairly similar, unfortunately. Not all, though. He just seems a lot more aloof than a lot of us. So, and then Dante, I actually haven't met him. I'm not sure I want to either. Nothing against him. It just seems. I don't want to say drab, but drab. And then obviously I was hoping to meet your Baron. However, I assume they couldn't make it for other social engagements? Or was it just they didn't want to come?
There was a pressing social engagement she had to get to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's less disturbing that she would pawn me off on somebody else, but this is fine. I mean, it's no big deal. Really. Now, I do have one minor question that I would like to ask. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, beyond your name, whatever you're willing to share.
My name's Steven. I got pulled into our clan during a protest in the middle of the night that we decided to perform, and just been trying to figure things out since then.
Our clan. So you're a Malkavian too?
Yes.
Oh, fun. Is your sire local, out of curiosity?
I don't know. She kind of ran off as soon as she turned me.
Oh, okay. I have a feeling I know exactly who your sire is. Somebody that I know quite well, actually. But that doesn't matter at this point. What matters is you're here, and I am hosting you. You have let me know that you're here, and you brought gifts, which is great. So, ask away. I'm at your mercy.
Well, to be honest, I'm more interested in your questions.
Okay. First and foremost, this Baron Tori, whatever her name is, that one. You've known her for quite a while, yes?
Met her about a year ago.
Okay. So not that long, but long enough. What is her temperament, just out of curiosity, from your perspective, of course?
Angry.
Angry. So that's something that my source left out. Said easy to manipulate is what my source said. Whatever that might mean, well, I was trying to figure that out, but it's fine. Secondly, how much of her history do you know?
She has admittedly told me very little.
Okay. I've been told that she's had a sordid past. Do you know if that's true?
No, I do not.
Okay. And I guess I'll have to do a little bit more digging in that myself. can't take things at certain face value from certain people. You understand, right?
Yes, definitely understand.
Do you actually know what a harpy does?
From what the others have told me, you gather information.
It's part of it. I am a trendsetter, among all other things. However, yes, I am an information broker. I tend to gather a lot more than I dole out. So, excuse me if I'm not necessarily answering or giving too much elaboration when you go to ask questions.
That makes sense.
So, the next thing is, and again, this is purely just conjecture here. There was a kindred that caused a minor ruckus among some of the lower levels by the name of Jacoby. Said to have lived in your area. Do you know anything about what happened to him? Nothing major. It's just heard something about he just completely disappeared off the map. I was just curious if you knew what happened.
I stabbed him a couple times, and then that might have been part of the disappearance, but he came back after a while. I'm not sure what happened to him after that.
Oh, you stabbed him. That's fun. It's been...
You started it.
Oh, no, it's fine. Squabbles between kindred are known to happen, and how each handle their own issues are their own. As long as you didn't break a tradition, we're fine. Do you know the traditions? I mean, they are technically speaking Camarilla traditions, and have an anarch such as yourself, or an independent such as yourself. Know them isn't necessarily, well, overly common, especially if you're young, which I assume that you are.
I believe I've heard a few things about them, but I don't know them exactly.
Would you care to actually learn that?
Sure.
Okay. So, first one. The masquerade. Fairly certain that you know exactly what that means.
We pretend to not exist.
For better or for worse, yes. Where the hell did I post that? That's annoying. Yep, that's the one. Second, the domain, which you've done quite a good job doing. Thou shalt not reveal thy nature to those of blood. Doing so will renounce the claims of the blood. That is the masquerade. Sorry. Do apologize. Thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it, which you've done quite a good job doing. Typically speaking, and this isn't necessarily Camarilla policy, but there are certain clans that you are required to give service or gifts or whatever else. I enjoy gifts. I actually enjoy flowers. Mostly. But what's even better than flowers is if you can bring a gift of blood. Which I've actually arranged for us. But that comes in a little bit. So, did a good job with the second one without actually knowing them. The third is the progeny. Basically saying that you are not to sire without permission. I have a feeling that you were sired without permission, yes?
She did not specify, but she did tell me while I'm running around not to turn anyone.
Okay, well, at least that one was smart enough not to. Normally, if you were in Camarilla territory, and this were to happen, we would have eliminated you. And whoever else that had been under that particular umbrella of without permission. That being said, you're not under my territory, so you're completely safe. However, my sneaking suspicion is your sire is not under the same protections. So I will be having a long talk with that one. The fourth tradition being the accounting. Those that you create are your children, basically, and you are to take care of them properly. For lack of a whole lot of extra terms that I just don't want to actually spout off word for word. I assume since you are new, yes?
Yes.
So that would say, I'm going to guess here, say 2 years?
About that, yes.
Good guess. Of those 2 years, how long has your sire known of you and taken care of you? We can go in days if you need to. It's fine.
Probably around 7.
Oh, wonderful. You've done quite well for yourself then.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at surviving on my own.
That's good. It would be wise, though, to find a mentor. I'd be willing if you wanted to.
To be honest, most of my coteries are older than me, so they've given me plenty of good advice.
Yes, but as far as one that can teach you of your own abilities, a mentor in that aspect probably wouldn't hurt.
Well, you've certainly proven yourself so far, so I assume that you're pretty good at our clan stuff.
Depends on who you ask. But yeah, I tend to be. Fifth being hospitality. Letting yourself known that you're here and the whole bringing gifts and being generally hospitable. That's kind of where that one covers. If your Baron would have shown up, it would have been better. But this is acceptable. I've heard it said that you have a very unique individual in your coterie as well, yes?
Like, unique in what way?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. Just unique.
I mean, Beth's unique, but mostly in just personality.
Oh no. Beth is the mechanic, yes?
Yeah.
No, the one that deals with medical stuff. Being unique.
My parents, I believe she was a vet at one point.
Perhaps. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on. Last one. The sixth tradition, and probably the most important to remember. Destruction. You're forbidden to destroy that of your own kind, and that is all of us, not just clan. That right is only belonging to an elder. And only the eldest among you can call a blood hunt. Do you know what a blood hunt is?
Judging from the name, it's probably something to do with eliminating a target.
Yes. Simply put, it is they have went against one of the traditions or one of the chronicle tenets or one of the whatever it is, one of the main points of our society. At which point the eldest among you, which in your case I believe would be Miss Carissa Hughes, can call a blood hunt on anyone that she so chooses, as long as she has a reasoning behind it.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like something that wouldn't be abused.
Typically, it's not. Has it been in the past? Absolutely. However, typically, it's not. That being said, it has come to my attention that a active aggression has been taken upon this Baron Hughes.
It's nothing that I know about.
I understand. However, if it comes to pass that she calls for other acts of aggression in response, do not be surprised. This is my blessing to you and you don't necessarily need it, of course, because you are not of my sect. However, this is my blessing to you as a Malkavian. You are fully allowed to join in this blood hunt if you so choose. That is under your prerogative and under your own fruition if you so want to.
It would depend on who it was.
I believe there is a Cynthia of some name that is having the blood hunt possibly brought against them. As well as possibly a Samal. Specifics on that aren't overly clear, let's put it that way. However, I believe Carissa is to go after these two individuals personally. Apparently they were seen on camera, or, well, their auras were near a site of a fire that happened, and apparently there was some lives lost that Carissa specifically had personal stock in. So,
Definitely sounds like a major screw up.
a bit. Now, before getting away from the negative talk, because that's not really why we're here. We're really here to meet and have, wouldn't necessarily say fun, but merriment. Fun is a relative term, and I don't want to force you into having something that you aren't. Out of curiosity, can you drink cold blood?
Yes, I can.
Oh, good. I haven't arranged for a treat for us. This evening. A special, not really a brew, but special concoction. I would be elated if you would join me in drinking it.
Sure, sounds fun.
I will have my my staff bring it out shortly. In the meantime, are you sure there's no questions that I can answer for you?
Well, since you've been at this a while, I am curious about what is. I do understand that we have some special abilities. Would you care to elaborate more on that?
I assume you're talking more of the fortune-telling seer abilities.
Yes.
Yes. That is true. We do have the ability to have premonitions at times. Other times we might be able to tell of a person's past. There's times that we can... They call it dementation. It's frankly a terrible ability that we possess. If you're, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse at this point, but it's kind of both. A lot of our things are. Obviously, you know about the whole. We suffer from mental illness being our curse, as it were. But we also have a lot of good that comes from this curse. So it is what it is. Other specifics, I know we can do much like the Nosferatu like to do, vanish into thin air. We can typically see beyond what normally can be seen, hear beyond what normally can be heard, smell beyond what normally can be smelled. So we have those abilities as well, and some of our older ones can do much, much more. I'm not as old as you would expect. I'm quite old, but definitely not as old as some that I've met. See, I was early 1800s is when I was born into this world, and then when I was embraced into the next, I was about 30. So I've been at this for quite a while. So I can do some things. I can do a lot more than most, but I'm less talented than far more. like I said, I tend to be a little bit more choosing when I use mine, personally.
Yeah, definitely seems like it would get overwhelming at a certain point.
It can be. And if you allow the illness to set properly, that's when you get the horror stories of one either losing themselves to the beast or losing themselves to their mind, and neither of which are necessarily good. I've seen it go both ways, and I would rather lose myself to the beast at that point, which is scary to say, and scarier for everyone else. However, that being said, I would rather have my wits about me than my humanity.
Makes sense.
I assume that you've never seen what we call a wight, yes?
I have heard of them, but I've never actually seen one.
That is probably for the better. If you ever see one, I would highly recommend that you just steer clear. Let someone else know and let them be dumb enough to attack it.
Thanks for the advice.
Now, do you have any other questions for me?
Well, since you've been around a while, is there any truth to the American folkloric monsters?
I assume that you're talking about, say, Bigfoot.
Oh yes, definitely Bigfoot.
Officially on the record for fine and human and mortal and all that fun stuff. No, however, if werewolves are real and ghosts are real and mages are real and we're real, why aren't things like that? And Bigfoot and the Georgia Hellcat and I don't know, there's a lake monster up in the Great Lakes that is around, and let's see here. There's sorts of things, really. Almost all of the folklore is real to a certain extent. The local one, the Hellcat that likes to live up on the Stone Mountain, I believe. It's not too far away from here. It's one of us. Not us, but the Gangrel.
Neat.
I'm sure you've heard these stories of Davy Jones, yes?
Yes.
I've met him.
So both real and not real.
No, they're both fully real. They're not exactly what people say, but they are fully real. Have I ever met a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch or a Yeti or whatever they are? No. But I assume that they are either a lupine of some sort or some fey creature. Maybe an unseelie or whatever they're called. I would assume it's one of those two. I can tell you that werewolves have an entire tribe that call themselves Wendigos, which I don't know if you know what those are.
I know that they're a Native American folklore thing.
Yes, they're much more real than most things. And they're much more true to nature, true to the story than most things. And right about that time, a couple individuals come out with a pitcher full of a thick red liquid. It's like, oh, good. Our meal for the evening has come. By all means, I will let you have the first portion as you so see fit.
There's glasses available, right?
Yes, there are multiple glasses.
Stephen will pour both of them a glass.
Okay. About how much do you pour, just out of curiosity? Assuming it's like a normal sized, like, pint glass.
Say about halfway.
Okay. Good to know. So the Harpy grabs his and he's like, by the way, my name is Timothy. Then yes, it's spelled exactly like that. Just call me Tim. The cobbler that I had make this particular persona thought he was a jokester. He didn't enjoy much of his life after that. And he takes his and starts drinking.
Alright, well, social interactions. And Stephen will take a drink.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to roll me something real quick. Just to see how fast it affects you. Roll me a stamina and resolve.
Two successes.
Okay. So it takes probably 2 minutes for you to start feeling something. And normally when you're imbibing on blood that has been tainted with substances, you either feel slight tingle at first, or it takes a while, or it'll hit you all at once, or whatever the case may be. This one, you start to feel like, for the first time in a long time, you start to feel like your feet go numb, then the lower part of your legs, then the upper part of your legs, then your fingers, then your hands, then your arms. And you kind of look over at the Harpy and he's just kind of smiling at you. And it's like, you feeling it yet?
I would say I'm feeling less than normal.
Good, it's working then. And then within the next minute, your arms fully go numb. You go numb from the neck down, and then it kind of like slowly raises your chin, your nose, and your eyes, and then everything just kind of like goes black. And normally, if you didn't know any better, you would expect yourself to nod it off into a sleep-like state. However, you know better. This isn't necessarily a sleep-like state. That was odd. For this, you find yourself in basically a void. You can feel something underneath you, but you can't see anything. And Steven's all alone.
I'm assuming he's thinking, oh shit, that dude poisoned me.
You can make me a intelligence streetwise if you want to. I know it's not your best roll, but it's not bad.
Two successes and a failure.
Okay. You don't think this is a poison. At least not an actual poison. Definitely not a normal, everyday substance that you would get, though. So what would Steven like to do?
See if you can move around wherever he is now.
You start to move your legs and go to step, and when you think you hit a floor, there's a very distinct click. Another one, and another one, another one, as you keep walking forward. You keep walking forward until you come upon kind of a door. It comes out of really nowhere. It's a fairly simple door. There's not really a whole lot to it.
Well, I'm just going to tap it to make sure.
You tap it and it immediately opens. Inside, you see a lot of filing cabinets that are half open, paper strewn everywhere. And you see an individual behind a desk. And the individual looks a lot like you, it's just they looked not well put together. And as a matter of fact, Cocia, if you would like to take it from here.
You're muted.
Sorry about that. I forget. What was I doing? Where are we going? What's in here? Lookity, 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 look.
Guess I'll head up and see what they're doing.
As Steven approaches, it catches this particular individual's attention.
Are you me or am I me?
What do you mean?
You look similar to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cool. What are you looking at?
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 I'm looking at you. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at me. What are you looking at?
This conversation's going nowhere, is it?
Lookity, lookity,
Right.
look.
And right about that time, the other Steven finds exactly what they were looking for. And it just so happens to be what's currently happening, actually. And it comes to the realization from both of you that the one that's looking through all of the stuff is the one that's inside Steven's head.
This is not weird or anything.
Nope. Totally normal. All the time. What are we doing?
I assume dealing with whatever was in that blood.
Blood's really good. I like blood.
Yeah, definitely acquired a taste for it.
And right about that time, you just hear a large thwap on the door. You kind of turn around, and it's another one of you. This one looks a bit more put together. However, a bit physically stronger, as it were. It's like Steven.
Yeah.
Yes?
Not you. You. And looks at real Steven. Stop playing around with the... I don't even know why you keep that one around. If you would just get your mind straight, you would be fine.
Well, what do you expect me to do? Go to vampire counseling?
I mean...
Called Kindred?
You could.
Hello? And I remember that one.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
tomato, tomato.
It's bad when your lack of memory remembers things and you don't. But then again, that would make that one already know that you forgot it, so it would help. Anyway, moving on. We have more important things than to deal with this one. This one's, well, fun to deal with and fun to mess with. By the way, your parents' names are over there. Next time you go look for them. I'm sure you won't remember. Come with me. Leave this one here. We'll swing back around when we get ready to leave.
Stephen will head with him.
Hey, no, wait. Stay with me.
Get in your box and stay there. I'm the only one allowed to be out here.
I'm not the only one that's allowed to be out here.
And Steven gets pulled outside and closes the door. It's like, so, can you guess which part of yourself that was?
Well, you mentioned memory problems, so ADHD probably?
Yes. Forgetfulness, memory, your attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, all of the UF.
Cool.
Or
Oh, I don't
whatever
really
it's
have
called
that, right?
nowadays. Yes. You're smarter than... If I say you're smarter than you look, that would also look bad on me, so I'm not going to say that. We have a couple more things that I would like you to address before you leave here. You don't necessarily have to get rid of them, because I understand that we both carry certain issues with us. And I only exacerbate a couple of them. However, if we can figure out how to tone them down in the meantime, that'd be great.
Judging from your build, are you my
We'll get to that later.
part?
We'll get to that later. So that one specifically, if you can work on that. I don't know how you're going to do that. However, it'd be great if you could. That one is annoying to me, and I would like it to, well, not necessarily cease to exist, because that would mean you cease to exist. Be less of a problem. This is purely coming from you. Or the you that's inside of you. Whatever it is. Okay?
I'm kind of following along.
Good. Now, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. First of which, how did you get here? Walk with me. And they just start walking.
Go with.
The blood that you have imbibed in this particular time, well, it tasted fantastic, I'd assume. It was imbibed with a certain hallucinogenic plant. One that the indigenous people of this particular country that you like to live in have indulged in the past to help give them, I believe they call them spirit quests or spirit walks or whatever else they might call them. Really good hallucinations is the important part. You're actually not here. This is just you talking to yourself. And it's a fun time. However, this might be useful for you. Oh, good. We're coming up on the next door. I'm going to let you talk to this one for a couple minutes at the very least. Maybe not too long. This one's hard to talk to a bit. And they knock on the door. And they're like, "Oh, Paranoia, you have a visitor."
Visitors? We don't need visitors. Go away.
I mean, she's right, you know.
Yes,
Oh, she's right.
Yes, but speak to them, please.
I'll head on in.
Yes, if you can figure out where the root of that paranoia comes, let us both know and we can work on quelling some of it. And they shut the door lightly behind you. Inside, it's a just a maze of like curtains.
Peek into the closest one.
Nothing's there. Can't be that easy, right?
Obviously. I mean, I designed this, so why would it be that easy? And they'll just keep looking.
After a couple minutes, you eventually do find yourself kind of like curled up in the corner. You've got like a tinfoil hat on and like a Faraday cage around you.
Thought I told you to go away. What are you doing here?
And the better question is, what are you doing here?
Why should I answer your questions? How do I know I can trust you?
How do I know I can trust you? Also, why'd you make this Faraday cage so small? You barely move around in it.
The smaller they are, the easier they are to hide. There, fine. I answered your questions. Now go away.
Yeah, but you're in my head, so you don't exactly have anything to hide from.
So then why did you put me here?
I think you put yourself there.
How did I put myself there if I'm you?
Why are you asking weird questions? I feel
Answers
paralyzed
don't
from the
come-
waist down.
Answers don't
No.
come free, you know that.
I do if you look for them hard enough.
So start looking.
Alright. And then I'll go walk around the room and look some more.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wits and investigation, please.
Three successes.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you find a couple trinkets. They're actually fairly well hidden. They don't necessarily make a whole lot of sense as to exactly what they are. However, what do you do with them?
How similar are they in design?
They're fairly similar.
Do they?
They're not.
make a-
They're not anything really in particular. They're just kind of like things. They're like crystals, almost.
Do they seem like they can be put together?
Possibly. If you want to roll me a dexterity and craft.
Five successes, 2 failures.
5 successes.
Yep.
Good lord. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, 5.
Even if these pieces weren't necessarily meant to fit together, they do click together, and it looks like you're missing one.
Now go look around for it some more.
Okay. Now that you know that there's one, if intelligence is better for you, you can roll intelligence and investigation. If not, roll wits and investigation, please.
2 successes.
That is enough to find the last piece. And with such good success on the first bit, last one you're like, oh, it goes in like this, and you kind of like click it together. And all of the curtains just drop at that point, and the person that was in the Faraday cage with the tinfoil hat on is now standing upright, still in the corner, however.
What did you just do?
I put this puzzle together.
You didn't unleash anything, did you?
You know, now that you mention it, I really hope not.
You didn't think about that before you try and put everything all together?
I found a puzzle, okay? I wanted to put it together.
Knowledge always comes at a cost.
Like you said, though, it's free when you go looking for it.
Will you always be willing to pay what it costs?
Depends on the cost.
How do you know if the cost is worth it if you don't know what the cost is before you start?
Well, then we'll figure it out and then fix it. Also, take that tinfoil hat off. You look stupid.
I'm you.
And you don't think I feel shame when I see myself in the mirror?
And yet you do it.
It just seems like a good idea at the time.
So do most ideas. Until you find out their cost.
Fair.
And right about this time, you hear another little knock at the door. It says,
Who is it?
Oh, you know who exactly it is.
Go away, we're just starting to have a breakthrough.
Oh, we can work on the breakthrough later. I have more pressing matters. Have you gotten through the whole what's the cost and all that fun stuff yet?
Kind of.
Good enough. Come.
Just go and look at myself and just point out the thing and say, don't break that. Then I'll follow Buff Steven.
Okay. This time you look at him, and he's just as well built. However, you look at his face, and it's a little bit distorted. The eyes aren't quite right. The nose is just a little bit off, and the mouth seems to be a little bit wider than it should be. But I mean, it's still you. It's just not quite you. Oh, did you have a good visit with that one?
It was an interesting visit.
Oh, good. You learned anything?
And I got weird puzzles stored in my head.
Well, perhaps there's more of them. Perhaps not. I mean, we'll figure that out later. But the important part is, at least, you know that there are puzzles to figure out why you are the way you are, yes?
I think I put that together.
Good. So the next question is, would you like to go back to your forgetful mind, or would you like to go to a new mind?
Let's head to the new mind.
Good. And they just kind of walk silently with you for what feels like a couple minutes. At this point, you really don't know because, time distortion and you're in your head and it's all hallucination. You know it, but it's fun. And you come to a door and he just kind of swings it open. It is just filled to the brim with electronics and books and all this other fun stuff. It's explore to your heart's desire. I'm sure you're curious about this one.
Okay. And Steven will go explore.
Okay. Give me a wits and investigation.
Two successes.
Okay. As you're walking through, there's a couple pieces of random things that kind of catch your attention. You're like, I should probably pick these up. I don't know why, but I should probably pick these up. Until you get to the back, and there's basically another you. They're sitting in a long sleeve shirt. They've got a soldering iron in one hand, a blowtorch in the other. And you just see them messing with something while they're trying to read a book and then do something else on the other side.
What are you working on?
Everything. I
Cool.
want to know it all.
Understandable. Was this anything in particular?
Well, this is how I'm trying to figure out the Faraday cage. But then there's also the things that are around here that I don't know what they are. Did you find out what they are?
Not yet, but I'll probably figure out what they are.
We need to figure that out.
So I'm gonna look at the soldering iron stuff and see if I can figure it out.
Okay.
Not that. The things. The animals. Bigfoot. Did you figure it out?
I found out a little more. A little bit of disappointment, though.
But not enough. We need to know the answers.
Of course we do. Question is, where do we start looking?
That's what we're trying to figure out. There's so much.
No, we know there's a lot of us that are way older, so they probably have answers.
Then we need to get those answers. Right? No matter what?
Really? Well, no matter what, there's definitely times where we should consider the cost.
The answers are important, though.
They are, but are they worth it?
Isn't all knowledge?
Well, there's things I would definitely not like to know, but...
No. We need to know them.
Well, assuming we live long, we'll figure out plenty of things.
The more you know, the longer you'll be able to stay alive, because you'll know what to avoid.
Though we could also find stuff that'll shorten our lifespan.
I mean, we could. But don't you think the satisfaction of the answer is worth it?
Depends on how long you can enjoy them.
Any amount of time is good.
No, I'd say about less than a day would definitely be not good.
But they're just going to bring up more questions that we need to figure out. It's nonstop, always.
True. Kind of take a look at the pieces I've been picking up, see if I can figure anything out.
Oh, you found the thing?
Go ahead. Give me a intelligence and resolve.
This one success.
Okay. Well, you don't inherently know exactly what they are or what they go to. You know what's on the table right now isn't part of what you are looking for.
I guess I'll walk around and look for more pieces.
Okay. Is intelligence or wits higher for you?
They're the same.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that and either investigate or awareness, whichever is higher for you.
Two successes.
Okay. How many black dice do you have that you can reroll?
I have 2 black dice I can reroll.
Would you like to reroll them?
Yes.
Okay. At the cost of a willpower, you can.
No improvement.
Okay. So it seems like you're in there for better part of half an hour before you finally get all the parts and pieces. I'm not going to make me a craft check for the simple fact of these fairly obvious how they snap together. And once you get done, in your hand you're holding a very patriotic comic book figurine. You push the little star on his chest and it says the trademark slogan. And everything that's in here, instead of being a hodgepodge of just everything stacked up everywhere, it all you kind of look down, look back up, and it's all in its own separate, very organized manner.
Huh, neat. Is there anything in particular that stands out?
The desk is actually flipped 180 degrees and it's actually facing directly toward the door at this point.
Did you find the answer you wanted?
I found an answer. I don't know if it's the one I wanted.
Then you need to keep looking. There's always more to learn.
Yeah, that's pretty much how life works.
And right about then, you get another knock on the door. Are you two done? I'm getting hungry.
I think we are.
Good, let's make our last stop and then we can... As much as I like having you here, we can get you out of here and back to your world.
I'll follow him.
Alright. Follow him back out, and you look at him again. And it's the same person, however, this time he has a knife in his hand. So, back to Forgetfulness, yes?
Yeah. And from looks of you right now, I think I'm right about who you are.
Who do you think I am?
The Beast.
Oh, very astute. Good. Let's just hurry up and get this over with. And he walks quickly and very to the point and silently to the door and just kind of swings it open. It's like, hurry up. I'll stand right here.
No, head on in.
Okay, you head on in. And the same person's going through the same file.
You're not done yet, are you?
Can't remember what I was doing. What was I doing?
To be honest, I
Who
don't
are
know
you?
what you were doing.
Why do you look like me?
Yeah, you already forgot the conversation we had earlier. Like, will you just get yourself a filing cabinet or something?
What's a filing cabinet?
It's a big metal box. You put stuff in it.
Oh, that sounds useful.
Is there anything in particular of interest around here?
Go ahead and give me a wits and awareness.
Four successes.
There is, in fact, it looks like a very small, however, very well made, like mirror frame.
Does it look like the Malkavian mirror?
Yes, and it looks extremely out of place because it's like neatly on a wall with nothing around it. And it's also like an inch by an inch.
Now take a closer look at it.
Give me a wits and craft.
I got a messy critical, a regular critical, and 2 more successes.
Okay. In this particular instance, you cannot get a messy critical. That's the good thing. So you got 6 successes. That particular mirror looks like it fits perfectly into your patriotic figurine's hand. And the orb crystal thing looks like it would fit perfectly in that mirror frame.
Let's put it all together.
So you slip it in there and slip the orb in. And you hear a very loud, like, thunder crack. And from the door, like, oh, time to go. Also, good job. It seems that you have cleaned up the... Seems that you have cleaned up the office quite a bit. You kind of look around. All the papers that were strewn everywhere are together. Filing cabinets are actually, like, put together. And the individual that was sitting behind the desk that was very confused as to what they were doing seems to be a little bit more on task, and they're sitting behind a typewriter, slowly typing, but they are typing. It's time to go. It's probably best that we hurry, just between you and me.
Yeah. Random information brokers from people consider themselves royalty probably aren't the best people.
No, but this is who we're dealing with now, and that's not why I'm saying we should probably leave.
Almost sunrise, is it?
No, and at this point you hear another thunder crack. Yes, we need to be leaving now, please.
Yeah, let's go.
And you follow this individual, and they haven't changed a bit, minus the clothing that they were wearing that matched yours to the T is now what you typically wear. More t-shirt and jeans. The physical attributes are the same. The knife is still in the hand. And they just kind of walk you off into the void. They're like, so, in roughly 30 seconds, your real time, you will wake up. Have fun with that, and make sure that everything goes well, please. I'm not wanting to have to direct you out of whatever the situation is that you're in now. I just know it's not necessarily the best situation. Also, remember what you have learned here, please. Keep your affairs in order. To be curious is good, but to be paranoid is also good. And consider the price until the reward for the curiosity is far outweighs any price. Okay?
Okay.
And he slowly walks away, and he gets about 30, 35 feet. He's like, oh, I forgot something. And he kind of walks over to you and hands you the knife. He's like, you're going to need this.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much.
And they walk away, and you just kind of watch them walk away, and click, 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 until it's just silent. And you feel like it's silent for about an hour before your eyes kind of like flutter too. And I need you to make me a wits and awareness.
Two successes and one failure.
That is enough to realize that whatever the hell is happening, it's happening en masse. The thunder wasn't necessarily thunder, it was gunshots. You have a slight smell of smoke, which is concerning, but it's not terribly pressing right now. And you come to, and A very ugly guy is standing over top of you, kind of shaking you. It's like, Steven, wake up!
Barney?
Yeah, we need you to leave now.
Okay. Just try to make sure that everything's working now.
Yep. You start with your hands, and you're moving your hands, and you kind of look down, and you have a knife in your hand. You could have swore you didn't bring one with you, but you got one somehow. Your legs move, your arms move, and lastly, you can stand. The Harpy is still in his position. He's still very rigid, very immobile.
Do we know who's shooting?
You want to run over to the edge of the balcony?
Yes.
Okay. You run over the edge of the balcony, and people that are shooting currently look like they are in priest vestments. They're spouting some nonsense about the righteous will burn the unholy and all this other fun stuff.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Make me another wits and awareness, please.
I'm going to spend another willpower to reroll.
Okay.
Two successes.
2 successes is enough to hear a whirring behind you.
Now flip around, take a see what it is.
It looks like a small piloted drone with a camera at the bottom.
I'm going to grab something and throw it at it.
You have a knife in your hand. And
Oh.
it's only within arm's reach as well.
Oh, okay, I'll swipe it out with a knife.
Okay. Give me a dex and melee. Please.
Six successes.
Okay. That's quite a lot. You shatter the drone. You hit it center mass, you just shatter. Barney just kind of looks at you and like, holy shit!
I use a knife a lot, okay?
Yeah, obviously. What do you want to do with Stiffy over here?
Well, do you think helping him might keep the camera off our backs a bit?
Maybe.
What's the shot? Steven will try to look him over his shoulders.
I mean, he's heavy, but he's not that heavy. Between you and Barney, you could absolutely carry him on the back. You get out back and you like throw the Harpy into a dumpster because Barney's like, just throw him in here. And Barney,
Steven's not going to complain about it.
Barney stops. He sends out one text message. He's like, all right, cool. I've got the Harpy taken care of. That one, not a problem. However, and he takes his phone out and he starts texting somebody else. And he's like, I hope they pick up. And about this time, Beth, your phone goes off.
Oh, hello.
No, it's the text message.
Yep. Text from hello.
One, yep. Barney saying, Hey, we need help.
If I get an address, I'm going.
Yep, he drops a pin. Barney turns back to Steven. It's like, well, I let Beth know where we're at, generally speaking, and Tori and Shiloh. I don't know if I'm going to hear back from them, though.
Yeah, it depends on how busy they are.
Yeah. I just hope that everything's alright with Shiloh. I haven't heard from him in a while. Actually, hold on. And he takes it out and texts somebody else. He's like, well, maybe this will get a hold of Shiloh. I don't know. And you all continue down the street to an alleyway. How long do you want to wait for Beth?
How close are we to the door we came out of?
About 200 feet.
Can I activate heightened senses to see if I can try to hear it open or not?
You can. Next question is, how would you like to hide? Because I assume that you're going to be trying to like hide. Are you going to use a discipline, or are you going to just kind of like manually hide?
We'll manually hide.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dex and stealth, please.
Two successes.
Okay. Just a second. Okay. Okay. You hear the door open behind you about 15 minutes afterward. You also smell thick smoke. You hear the sound of boots running both ways down the alleyway. And one of the people in the vestments kind of stops right next to you and kind of looks both ways down the street. Kind of talks into his collar. Yeah, I lost the ugly one and the other one that was upstairs with the target. I don't know where they went. How are we on the target? Since you have heightened senses, you can hear through the earpiece. Still looking for the target. Yet to find them. Keep me posted, please. And they kind of walk down the street. About 5 minutes later, Beth shows up. In Dolly.
Now I see
Sorry,
the
Beth.
gross one.
Yeah, sorry, back seats only. This is Cheryl, by the way.
Hi. Oh my lord. Sweetheart, are you alright? What happened to, Shit, did you get caught in the fire, sweetheart? She's obviously... Cheryl's got her eyes, like, trained on Barney.
He's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll talk later. Everybody in. Let's go.
Barney, as he gets into the vehicle, kind of shifts into a normal person. He's like, yeah, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Beth, is this one good, or do we have to take care of her?
It's a long story. Still need to be taken care of, but in a different way.
Okay, just give me the word if I need to, you know.
He used to work for my sire. So he knows of, but no connection. Yeah.
Okay. You say anything, I'll kill you. Don't worry about it.
You say that like you'd be the first one to try, sweetheart.
Yeah, but you wouldn't hear me coming. That's the difference. But I assume that you're smarter since you work for us. You got somewhere that we can go, like secret.
Yeah. Cheryl, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to come along with us. Things seem really, really hectic. I know you wanted to go home, so I apologize.
Honey, there ain't no one waiting for me there. Let's go.
Okay, that's good.
We can drop her off. It's not a big deal.
It'll be fine. Probably. Less running back and forth, the better, I'm sure. And Beth will go to the sprawl and go to one of the coterie houses.
Okay. I assume the one that's still under construction.
Probably.
You show up and Barney hops out, pulls out his phone. Like, yeah, I'm getting you a ride back to your home. But I need an address though.
Just tell him to drop me off at this intersection, couple blocks up the way. I don't need strangers knowing where I live. No offense.
She really doesn't know. Good. All right. Yeah, if you no offense, but if you would please wait in the car. And everybody heads inside.
Once we're inside, Stephen would ask Barney who those guys were.
That's what you'd call a hunter. That particular profession seems to be more of the faithful kind, and they're a pain in the rear end. Let's put it that way. Especially if you're like super against any sort of like faith, like if you're hardcore atheist. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So it's great.
Yeah. It seemed like they probably had a couple other styles. Probably had one that could do like tech shit. They might have had a couple just mercenaries. I don't know. They tend to intermingle and I don't know. Do a lot of weird stuff. They like to come after us for whatever reason. I don't get it. Sounded like they might have been there for Harpy. I'm not sure. So we're probably in the clear. But we might not be.
I hope so. Also, do you know who Cynthia is?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, because the Harpy told me there may be a blood hunt called against her soon.
Oh, fun. Fun.
Okay.
Hey, check your phone. Just saying.
Next phone.
Also checks phone.
And I can't actually say what you find. However, it does have something to do with that particular situation. However, Barney's phone goes off at this point, and it's an actual phone call. Does Steven still have heightened senses up?
Yes.
Okay. So you hear Barney say, "Yeah," on the other end of the phone. It's actually Winnie. Like, yeah, I got a hold of some all. Something about you wanted to talk to, like, see if he could find the other one. He said he's gonna do his best. I don't know what that means, but yeah. You didn't really give a whole lot of pertinent information, so if I need to go back and like tell him that you need to talk to her tonight, I can. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just as long as he knows that I need to talk to her, that'd be good. Okay. Yeah. If you need anything else, by all means. It's weird that you got my number, but it's fine. I at least understand how. I'm probably going to be changing my number soon. Thanks. Bye. When he hangs up. And Barney turns back to you and is like, alright, so Shiloh's still MIA. I don't know. Tori had some other stuff to do tonight, so I hope she's okay. She'll get back to us when she can. It's a shit show. It's great.
Yep,
You're telling me.
things like that.
Yeah. So next question. How did your thing go, Beth?
I'm alive. I think it could have gone better, as you can see. And Beth's dress is barely staying on. Her shoes are ruined. Her wig's probably also ruined, covered in blood and ash.
You know, the Venture might have dry cleaners since they're that type, so maybe if you do a few favors for them, they'll set you up with someone who can fix it up.
I mean, that's a good point. I care more about the shoes than the dress.
I mean, the dress, I'm sure Franny will just take from you. She doesn't care.
If it'll fit her.
No, but she doesn't care about that either.
Oh, okay, well, cool. I'd give it to you right now, but then I'd be naked, and I don't think that's ideal.
I mean, it ain't worked in years. Don't worry about it.
True.
His, I don't know, but mine, no.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely could have gone better. However, Amp is in the clear, Dante is in the clear. However, I am now a money launderer for them.
Oh, fun.
Uh-huh.
At least tell me it's not the same establishment.
No, that establishment is now burnt down, and with the members of staff that are in the know, but will need to be rolled, because my sire did the whole "don't ask, don't tell," because he's a flippin' moron. But anyways, the ones that are in the know but will need to be better controlled will work for me, and we're gonna do a pub and grill.
Good.
Well, if you need someone to set you up with me, you know where to find me.
I will definitely need that.
So,
Also, I promise not to hand you the mixed meats.
That is greatly appreciated, Stephen. Thank you.
So, obviously you saw the whole scene with Steven's thing.
Yeah. Looked like that could have gone better too.
Yeah, that wasn't Steven's fault, though.
No.
Yeah, somehow I thought I was going to mess that up.
No, I think you actually did a pretty good job from what I saw.
I probably messed up, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Fine.
I mean, judging by your attire. Depends on who you talk to.
I suppose.
So, we're just kind of waiting for Tori to get a hold of us at this point and figure out what the hell we're going to do, because we've got hunters in the city now because of Cam bullshit. Giovanni's, I assume, going to be leaving.
Sounded like it.
Okay. Apparently Carissa's pissed off too, so that's fun. And, yeah. I gotta talk to Samal too, because that's gonna be great. I don't even know how the hell to get a hold of him, though. That's the problem. Fucker doesn't have any electronics. He is a Lasombra, though, so I guess it couldn't be.
Right. I don't know. Scour the tunnels. Maybe you'll happen into him?
Hopefully Winfried will actually do something.
Do we have any methods of communication that normally deal with those who, can't use technology?
Yeah, it's called Tori. Anyway, let me make some more calls, see if I can get a hold of somebody.
Best of luck.
And he steps outside. And our scene will shift back to Samal taking the phone to Shiloh. And he shuts the door. Then he cracks it just a little bit as he leaves. He's like, I believe it was told to me that you're needed to be gotten a hold of. So the sooner that you activate that, the better, apparently. I do apologize for destroying the other phone, however, it is what it is.
It was probably better off that way anyway. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do that. And she'll...
You start the phone back up, and it says 25% charge your phone. And it's an old phone. Probably from like 2008. SIM card still works though. Pull it up and carrier comes up, and then you get like 17 text messages. Mostly from Tori. A couple voicemails, mostly from Tori. Then you get one from Barney that says, "We need help." And Beth just saying, "Hello."
Shiloh would very quickly respond to Barney's text.
About the time that you respond, he calls you. And he's like, "Shiloh, where are you?"
No, don't. Hang up quickly. I'll text you, but this isn't safe. No. And she'll hang up.
Okay. And then you get a very quick text message of, "Where are you?"
She'll say, "Can't tell you. I was set up. Dennis is dead."
Trust me, I know. What did you do?
I ran. Again.
Do you have proof? Do you have witnesses besides Samal?
I don't know if I can trust them.
I need names.
She'll send a name and a quick description of Terry.
Okay. Anybody else?
Only other person was Cam. Wouldn't trust him with anything.
That makes sense. Okay. If you can, come to your secret hideout. If not, let me know.
Give me one more day, then I'll be there.
Big old thumbs up. Barney comes walking in. Good news. Shiloh's not dead.
Oh, that's a relief.
Bad news. Shiloh's in hiding.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently Carissa wants Shiloh and Samal's head, so that's fun.
So that's who the Harpy was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that was whatever her name originally was. I just know her as Shiloh now. That's all I really care about. You know, the whole gonna keep your anonymity if I can because it makes me look better. But yeah, I'll let Winnie know to let Samal know to just stay hidden. So hopefully he's smart enough to stay hidden.
Fingers crossed.
He seems like it.
We should probably get a game plan if Tori doesn't get back to us soon. Just saying, the sun's getting ready to come up. Got about an hour.
Right. Well, we got some tarps around here. We could close off one of the rooms and hide the windows with the tarps. It'd be a good idea to dump Dolly somewhere. Everybody knows that I drive her, so her being right here is dead giveaway.
Yeah, I can take that. Don't worry about it. Just give me your keys and I'll just make sure that she's taken back to your garage.
Toss.
Then he goes out. You hear the car door open, car door close. And you hear him talking to somebody on the phone. You're not exactly sure who. So yeah, just pick him up. Pick it up. You'll know the car when you come down through here. It's on X Street. Take it back to this location. He just hangs up. He's like, all right, so we've got that taken care of, that taken care of. Did Tori actually go meet with Cyril?
That's what she said.
As far as we know.
Shit. I don't know if that was good or bad, to be honest with you.
I tell you, she just delegated other meetings to us, so
Well, it's probably best to bunker down for the night. And, for the day. And hopefully we'll reconvene here tomorrow. I really don't know. Things have gone sour quickly.
That's a nice way of putting it.
So help me get downstairs and get some stuff up so we can sleep.
Yeah, let's do that.
You guys go downstairs, and it looks like one of the rooms down there has been framed out. And sheetrocked up. And you kind of put some tarps up. Cyril figures out a way to lock the door from the inside. Or not Cyril.
Dengle
Barney?
does that?
Yeah, Barney does that. I was reading something else. I apologize. Barney finds a way to lock it from the inside. Puts a note on the door. Do not open for your best interest. Biohazard inside. If you have questions, please call this number, and writes down a random ass number that you don't understand or know who it is. Locks the door. Everybody lays down, including Shiloh. I'm sure Shiloh's got a million things that she's thinking about at this point, as does Beth and Steven. And none of you hear from Tori before you go off into your day sleep. And we are going to end the game there.
I hope you enjoyed. Sweet dreams.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
We appreciate you all for joining us in our Vampire Chronicle. With our after-game care concluded, us here at Total Party Krit thank you for all of your views, likes, and follows. If you have any questions for our resident vampires or storyteller, please drop them in a comment below or in any of our social media. Links to those and our Discord will be down below. The world is a crazy place, so stay safe, and we hope to see you again.